Good morning, students. Let's begin our social science class. Today, I'm going to start new chapter NCRT Democratic Politics, chapter Political Parties. Today's content: introduction, meaning, components of political party, functions, and how many party should we have. These are the topic which I'm going to cover in this video. Let's start. We'll begin with one story which is related to our life. In our school, there was one student among all the students in our class who was elected as monitor. Fine, this is general practice in our classes. He was elected by the rest of the students. Some of the students elected him because of friendship. Some supported him for his skill, behavior, etc. This is exactly how the election happened in our nation. Introduction to political parties and its types. The political leader who stands for a seat is among us the citizen of nation or country. Rest of the people vote for the leader. Some people who have the same view create an organization to stand in election. This organization formed by the group of people is called as political party. Let us understand what are political parties. Now I am going to define political party. A political party is a group of people who come together to contest elections and hold power in the government. This is the definition of political party. Importance: whichever party has majority of votes wins the election. The party that wins an election is called the ruling or governing party because that party will govern the country until the next election. In India, if we talk about after Lok Sabha election, whoever party run the government, that tenure is 5 year. Political parties. A political party is a group of people who come together to contest election and hold power in the government. They agree on some policies and programs for the society with a view to promote the collective goods. Parties reflect fundamental political division in a society. Parties are about a part of the society and thus involve partnership. When we talk about the partition, the partition mean a person who is strongly committed to a party, group or function. Na? Then if we talk about partisanship, it is marked by a tendency to make a side and inability to take a balanced view on an issue, like you favor particular group. Now, thus party is known by which part is a stand for, which policies it supports, and whose interest is uphold. A political party has three components. These three components: the leaders, the active members, and the followers. These are the three components of the political party. Political parties are the most visible instrument of bringing a change in a specific democratic country. Most of the ordinary citizen identify with popular political parties. If you ask your parent which political party you belong, although they are not participating in any democratic activity like election or other sort of thing, but they definitely speak about that they favor this political party or that political party. For example, if we travel to the remote part of village of a country and speak to the less educated people, we would come to know that although they don't know anything about the government or constitution or any other thing, but they do identify with party symbols. Instead of illiterate illiteracy, that person definitely recognize one or another party through its symbol. They tend to blame parties for all that is wrong with our democracy and our political life. Parties have become identified with social and political divisions. Therefore, it is natural to ask, do we need political parties at all? Let us look at the functions of political parties. Here we are going to see what party do for the country. First heading, parties contest election. Now each heading we are going to illustrate. In most democracies, elections are fought mainly among the candidate put up by the political parties. Parties select their candidates in different ways. In some countries, such as the USA, members and supporters of a party choose its candidates. In other countries like India, top party leader choose candidate for contesting election. This we have discussed holding and coming together federation in federalism chapter also. So this all illustration come in the heading of the parties contest election. All right. Now the second heading, parties put forward different policies and programs. How you illustrate? The voters choose from them those who are making policy and program. Each of us may have different opinion and views on what policies are suitable for society, but no government can handle such a large variety of views. In a democracy, a large number of similar opinion have to group together to provide a decision in which policy can be formulated by the governments. This is what the parties do. A party reduce a vast multitude of opinion into a few basic opposition position, which is supporter. A government is expected to base its policies on the line taken up by ruling party. This is the illustration. Now third heading, parties play a decisive role in making laws for the country. How you illustrate? Laws are debated and passed in legislature, but since most of the members belong to a party, they go by the direction of the party leadership irrespective of their personal opinions. Next, fourth heading, parties form and run government. Illustration, as we noted number of year, the big policies decision are taken by political executive that come from political parties. Parties recruit leader, train them, and then make them ministers to run the government in the way they want. Fifth heading, uh, parties that lose in the elections play the role of opposition in to the parties in part by voicing different views and criticizing government for its failure or wrong policies. Opposition parties also mobilize opposition to the government. Then six, parties shape public opinion. They raise and highlight issues. Parties have lakhs of member and activists spread all over the country. Many of the pressure group are the extensions of political party among different sections of the society. Parties sometimes also launch movement for the resolution of the problem faced by the people. Often opinions in society crystallize on the lines parties take. 7 point, parties provide people access to government machinery and welfare scheme implemented by the government. For an ordinary citizen, it is easy to approach a local party leader than a government officer because they are our representative. That is why they feel close to parties even when they do not fully trust them. Parties have to be responsive to people needs and demand, otherwise people can reject those parties in next election. So these all point you illustrate under the functions of political party. Then, what is political party? Mention its component. You have to give definition and the components. 3 mark. Mention any 5 functions of political party. You are going to give the 5 heading of in functions and you illustrate each heading. That is 5 mark question. Next, let's find out why we need political party. Necessity. Political party is the backbone of our democracy. We need political parties because they perform many functions as stated before. We can understand the necessity of political parties by imagining a situation without parties. Every candidate in the elections will be independent. So, no one will be able to make any promises to people about any major policy change. The government may be formed, but its utility will remain ever uncertain. No one will be responsible for how the country will be run. So, this is what the reason we need political party. Now, let us see types of political party. A single dominant party, you can write one party system, single dominant party or one party system. What is that? The single party system or one party system is a political system in which there is only one party in power and other parties are declared illegal. If you remember ninth class chapter, uh, Hitler, that reminds you. For example, Nazi party used to rule alone in Germany. And recent example, if you can find out, China, only the Communist Party is allowed to rule. Although legally speaking people are free to form political parties, it does not happen because the electoral system does not permit free competition for power. We cannot consider one party system a good option because this is not a democratic option. Any democratic system must allow at least two political parties to compete in election and provided a chance for the competing parties to come to power. So this is what the one party system and its drawbacks. Two party system. Under two-party system, one party typically holds a majority in the legislature while the other in the minority. Uh, then, in some countries, power usually change between two main party. Several other parties may exist, contest election, and win few seats in the national legislature. But only the two main parties have a serious chance of winning majority of seats to form government. Legislature is a group of people of the country who has the power to make and change the law. The United States um, is the classic example of nation with a two-party system, and even the United Kingdom also. So, if you will write two example, it would be better. United States of America and United Kingdom, the two-party system exists. Now, third type is multi-party system. Multi-party system are a system in which more than two parties are represented and elected to public office. Examples of the country that have multi-party political system: Canada, which has six political party; Mexico, which has seven political party. But in India, we have a multi-party system. In this system, the government is formed by various parties coming together in coalition. When several parties in a multi-party system join hand for the purpose of contesting elections and winning power, it is called an alliance or a front. Example of these alliance front: in India, there were three such major alliances in 2004 parliamentary elections: the National Democratic Alliance, which is known as NDA, and the United Progressive Alliance, which is known as UPA, and the Left Front. So these three different groups, those who join hands and make a group and contest election, it is called coalition, and thus it is shows a multi-party system. The multi-party system often appears very messy and leads to political instability. At the same time, this system allows a variety of interests and opinions to enjoy political representation. Conclusion: each country develops a party system that is conditioned by its special circumstances. For example, if India has evolved a multi party system, it is because the social and geographical diversity in such a large country is not easily absorbed by two or even three parties. No system is ideal for all countries and all situation. This line also become a question where you are going to justify all three party system. Now, question related to the topic: what is the need of political party? How would its absence affect any country? Then you are going to write that we need political parties because they perform all the function which is discussed in chapter. And how would it absence affect any country? We still need ask if we understand the necessity of political party by imagining a situation without party. Every candidate in the election will be independent, so no one will be able to make any promises to the people without any major policy change. The government may be formed, but its utility will remain ever uncertain. These 2 points you will write. And why do we need party? Because all functions is performed by the political party. For example, the elections, making law, making policy and program, etc. Then describe the various party system existing in different countries. You are going to explain with example: one party system, two party system, and multi party system. That's all for today. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.